so with that, let's get into the news.
In the news, what do we have today, Victoria?
Okay, so remember how last time we did the news, there was semblance of like lawsuits and claims and stuff getting flagged? All right, well, got another one for you. So P&G is actually facing a class action lawsuit.
Just another Monday. Big corporate realm.
Yeah. So this one is pretty interesting, and I think as a consumer, we probably all feel this pain. P&G's Oral-B brand is facing a class action lawsuit over the unsolicited and continuous text messages it sends out to consumers, even after they opted out. And the plaintiff claims that she did not give permission or request communication from her toothpaste and toothbrush brand, but received multiple messages even after she responded with her own stating stop. So that is the current class action lawsuit going around.
I had a good laugh at this news because I was telling Victoria, I was like, man, I bet some like intern just got fired because it just sounds like such a rookie little mistake. Like someone forgot to turn something off. And also I kind of feel for their marketing team too, because you think about it in today's day and age in terms of email marketing, text marketing, it doesn't matter what field you're in, you feel the pressure to partake, right? And you have to. But who the heck ever wants to receive text from your toothpaste? Like, how do you convince someone that like, thank you for subscribing?
Customer relations.
Yeah. Hi, this is your dental hygiene genie, brought to you by Oral-B. Did you know that?
I totally agree. And I know there's probably a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, like they sell my personal information. Marketing is the devil. I mean, in some ways, you know, being on the industry side of it, like Gloria's absolutely right. They have to play into that. It's like, everyone's doing it. I have to do it so I can get some FaceTime with the customers. But there are supposed to be safeguards for this.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you the software that they're using, all of that, there are railings to prevent this. And yeah, they just clearly either just forgot, or in some ways I'm like surprised. I wonder if they even realized that they were sending or spamming texts to their customers.
Not. So new theory. Tinfoil hat theory. A disgruntled soon-to-be ex-employee turned off all the safe railings. Said, ha! And then
there you go. I like that one. Because I mean, you would think, you're like, man, any normal marketer would be like, they don't need to hear from us that often.
I would think that's discussion one, right? Like, how often do we really need to talk about toothpaste, right? Do people really want to get a text say, hi, did you brush your teeth today?
Use fluoride? Want to try our new toothbrush?
Yeah, got a new flavor.
I like the soft bristles. Anyways, all right, moving on. Something that Gloria super cares about is the metaverse is still back. It's still around in the beauty space.
Yay.
Yeah. In fact, Metaverse is having something called its Metaverse Beauty Week. And so I think back in April, they apparently had a Metaverse Fashion Week. And this had actually been, this is not the first time they've had it, but that Fashion Week, they saw an attendance plummet of dramatically by 92%, which is, if that's not significant, I don't know what is.
That is not ideal. Hi guys, welcome to our second annual Metaverse Beauty Week.
Crickets. It's like sparse avatars.
And they're all paid to be there. They're all probably employees of the host of this party.
Yes, exactly. So they say terrible attendance, souring public perception of the general metaverse, NFTs, and all of that. Despite that, though, this virtual realm is still going on. And I think I was telling Gloria, it does feel like it's the virtual realm's play at just like hanging on for one last life.
Yeah,
and
for
they're
sure.
dabbling into like the consumer brands to try to save them.
Yeah, I bet there is a investor meeting going on right now of some guy going, we are about to crack the code.
Yeah.
We are figuring this out. This is the tipping point. You might see a drop in 92%. You know what I sniff out? Opportunity.
We just haven't found our audience, but it's there. Don't worry.
Yeah. Gen Zers and whatever's right below that, they are about to go to college.
Yeah, well, this is off tangent, but apparently, you know that brand Revolution? Mm-hmm. They actually just did a collab with Fortnite.
Oh, I'm that's fun.
Yeah, so I'm like convinced that maybe it's not a trend, but they are definitely like fabricating this trend hardcore into the whole like gaming virtual reality realm. So yeah.
And you know what kids love? For you to tell them, this is super cool, guys. Really, I promise you it's cool.
Yeah. So, you know, despite a terrible fashion week, they're having their Metaverse Beauty Week, and it's going to be a 5-day event. It's engineered by the creative agency Cult that seeks to bring cosmetic brands into the metaverse. And brands that are participating are not small. These are brands including Neutrogena and even Lush. So
wow.
Yeah. I was like, wow, okay, so they're really going all in.
I bet these like companies, after Apple's announcement that they're coming out with their own virtual, like the virtual reality goggles, they're probably like, oh my god, new life. Yeah. If Apple's doing it, must be we're still on the right track.
Yeah, no, seriously. And I just thought it was kind of an interesting stat. I think this is kind of that weird, like, I don't know if it's just like they're just looking at the numbers and they're like just brute force, like try to capitalize on the numbers. But remember how we were talking about Roblox and how they want to do some sort of like makeup collab there?
Yeah.
Well, they really want to capitalize on the gameverse because, like, for example, Roblox, they have 66 million users. And so these consumer brands are just looking for any chance at a new opportunity, a new audience.
It makes sense. I mean, that is where they're hanging out and spending a lot of their time.
Yeah.
I personally don't get it. And I was like thinking about this. I was like, would I ever like go to one of these? I try a metaverse party. I'm like, wow, I have firmly graduated from the target audience pool.
Also, I feel like it's already hard enough to go to like a makeup tutorial party.
Yeah, for real.
So to do it virtually, I mean, I know Gloria, she'd do a lot of other games. She'd play a lot of games rather than just hang out in a virtual room.
Yeah, I don't get it, but hey, let us know.
Yeah, all right. So the metaverse continues, but oh snap, PNG has been flagged again.
Wait, it has been T-3. It's like those incident counters have been through exactly
15 minutes
without PNG getting into a class action lawsuit. All right.
Yep. So PNG has been flagged again, this time by the UK's Advertising Standards Authority. So another piece of like, I guess, good news for those that feel like marketing is unregulated. So basically, UK's Advertising Standards Authority has ruled that an ad aired by P&G for its Braun Silk Expert IPL device misled consumers by claiming it would provide permanent visible hair removal. Other than that, P&G has been ordered to pull the ad and ensure that it does not state or imply that its product can remove hair permanently unless it holds adequate substantiation to support the claim.
I will say, as of 30 minutes before recording this podcast, I checked on their official website. Absolutely still says permanently removes hair. Maybe it's because I'm in the US.
Good catch. But this is just the UK. Yeah. They're like, oh, the domain.
They're like, whatever.
Oh, well, not as positive news, but there you go. Yep. So there are, and I think, if anything, hopefully that paints a picture on how claims are governed. Some people think it's, this brand's international, so they follow international regulation. Nope, it's by regional standards. So that's kind of how complicated it can get. So sometimes they ask us like, how can this brand make this claim? And I'm like, well, they don't make this claim here.
Yeah.
For these reasons, but that probably making that claim elsewhere.
Yeah. And I also think it's a good time to highlight that I think there is a misconception out there that devices are even more regulated than your topical cream serums.
Totally.
It's kind of the other way around.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, just go on Amazon and look at all the devices that are sold.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. I think there's like some classifications, and then there's like some confusions as to like how to even regulate these, what will fall under. And I remember I listened to this podcast a long time ago. I'll fish out the link, but it's talking about medical devices, not even in relation to the beauty realm. Some beauty devices will fall under that category, but it was talking about legit medical devices marketed for medical reasons, and how like wild. I think that one was talking about straight up like something for heart diseases, and how unregulated it actually is. Like there's a lot of safety roadblocks set up meaning to regulate it, but it's so backlogged, it's so underfunded that the amount of things that fly under the radar is insane.
I totally believe that. Yeah.
So on that uplifting note, beauty devices, make sure the brand's legit and done their homework.
Yeah. And also, I think the other thing too is a lot of these devices if anything, overpromise a ton, especially because like the price point can vary from, you could get something for $10 up to $500. And so I think that's where we are the most skeptical, and why Gloria and I test very few devices or talk about very few devices, because at the end of the day, we just have to look for any sort of clinical testing. Yeah.